This year's theme, before they get away, we need to thank Nash Central High School students who came at 7 in the morning and school's not even here. I'm not sure what they were out with, but we're so glad they came. This year's theme is the power of one, 2 counties, 1 goal. The goal being creating the workforce of the future. Today's students are tomorrow's employees. The power of one, representing each of you, and the goal of having community stakeholders commit to just one thing, and the difference that that would make for our students and our schools. Some of you participated in an education summit 5 years ago, and you filled out a rapid survey. Well, today we wanted to take the opportunity to say the feedback was useful, and the PowerPoint reflected some of the programs developed or enhanced in the last 5 years, as well as some of the data addressing career readiness and skill sets. Our local school officials today will share some additional highlights and provide you with how the continued changing needs will be addressed in the future. As you saw in the video, STEP serves as a facilitator and creates a venue for collaboration with our two public school systems, Nash and Edgecombe Community Colleges, business industry representatives, to dialogue on our challenges, to share stories of success, generate ideas for new initiatives, and leverage and connect resources. Today serves as one such venue, and I want to thank you for being here. I am thrilled to have Will Collins with us today. Will has more than 40 years experience in human resources, manufacturing, and workforce development with an extensive background in international business. He began his career with Burlington Industries, working at locations in North Carolina and Georgia. In May 1999, Will became the first American employee by AW North Carolina Incorporated, whose parent company is based in Japan. AW North Carolina earned several recognitions under Will's leadership, including the North Carolina Governor's Award for Workforce Development in 2003. In addition to his professional responsibilities, he served on the board of directors for the North Carolina Japan Center and North Carolina Community College System. Will has served as Assistant Secretary of Commerce, responsible for the Division of Workforce Solutions since December 2013. He is also Executive Director of NC Works, a collaborative program bringing NC Commerce and workforce development partners together to strengthen the job seekers. He's a native of Madison, North Carolina, and he graduated from Appalachian. My daughter just graduated from there. Oh, I don't need to. He and his wife Debbie have been married for 27 years, and they have 2 sons and a daughter. So please welcome a friend to our schools, community colleges, business and industry, Will Collins.
Good morning. Good morning. I'll tell you what, I am so excited to be here. When Will Vandermeer offered for me to come and be with you today, I was really pumped up about this, but I did not expect what I see in front of me. And I want to tell you something. I've got some notes that I'm going to talk from here. I'll bring you greetings from Governor Cooper, Commerce Secretary Tony Copeland. I was with the governor last night in near Charlotte in Huntersville, and he was there to attend the apprenticeship graduation and signing ceremony. I want to tell you, he's very enthusiastic and excited about all the combinations of how workforce and education work together, and how important it is to business to form those relationships. So I want to bring greetings from him and from Secretary Copeland and Deputy Secretary Will Miller. across the state. Now I'm going to go a little bit off script. I've got some notes I'm going to talk from, but I got to tell you something. Sitting at the table and listening to these 10 voices this morning got me to thinking about something. And to see your energy in this room. First of all, they say we are the world. I haven't heard that in a long time. And I was so glad to hear that. Because we need to remind each other, we need to support each other about that we are the world. And we make a difference. Everything that we do makes a difference every day in the lives of young people and old people and everybody in between. So I just wanted to share with you that song was written in 1985. Those students were not even born. And so they're carrying on a message. And I just thought that was very appropriate. And I just really like that. I'm also going to share with you, I worked with a Japanese company for 14 years. I'm going to share with you a Japanese word real quick. It's called Waigaya. And Waigaya, that is Japanese for the energy and enthusiasm in the room. I can tell you, this room is filled with Waigaya. So I'm teaching your Japanese word for the day. Everybody say, Waigaya. Waigaya. There you go. Appreciate y'all bearing with me on that. I want to share with you also that we have a unique and special relationship, our partnership with Edgecombe Community College and Nash Community College and all of our workforce partners across the state. I want to thank Pam Good for her enthusiasm. Diane Thomas is responsible for our NC Works Career Centers in Battleboro. Michelle Muir is here as the Regional Operations Director for this area. Rob Boyce is responsible for our Career Pathways area. Michael Williams is the head of Turning Point. And I got to give Michael and his team a plug. They are known throughout the state of North Carolina as being a model program. And you've got it right here in your local area. They do a phenomenal job. Rocky Mountain, this area has a reputation for very positive and enthusiastic customer service. And that's what it's all about. We call it integrated service delivery. And what that is all about is that we bring services and resources to the people that need our help. And we want to make sure that they get the very best there is to offer. And it's a very big deal. Integrated service delivery is not easy. And it's something that we put in place about 3 years ago. It has been a challenge to make that happen. But this community has embraced it. They are enthusiastically supportive of everything that goes with integrated service delivery, making sure people get the services they need. Also to listen to businesses. Because we have an enthusiasm. If we don't listen to businesses, then we don't know what to provide to our job seekers and the people that are trying to advance their career. So it's very important that we listen to our business partners in our relationship. Something else that's very important is called regionalism. The United States Department of Labor has commended the state of North Carolina for their focus on regionalism. Leadership doesn't stop at a county line. We need to remember that. It crosses county lines. It crosses regions. We need to make sure that we help each other. By helping each other, we support each other. We make everyone grow in the areas that we have an interest in. Our communities grow because of our enthusiasm and because of our commitment to regionalism. We have 23 workforce boards across the state. We have 8 prosperity zones. Each of them have a regional operations director. Each of them also have regional EDP&C, or economic development partners, and North Carolina leaders. And we also have our regional community college leaders that are very important in how we make success. I want to talk for just a second about our Career Pathways program. We've taken an interest in trying to encourage more development and more exposure down through our middle school levels. If we wait until they're in high school, our students are in high school, we've waited too late. We need to let them know what the opportunities are. Now, certainly every parent wants their child to get an education. Many of them is a 4-year education. But what we found is about 33% of our jobs in North Carolina actually require a 4-year degree. But what we're also being told is over 72% of graduating seniors say they're going to pursue graduated with a degree in sports administration, got a master's in it. He's now working for an investment firm in Raleigh. My daughter's in sports management at NC State. But my youngest son, Brandon, he graduated from a school, Vernon Malone School in Raleigh, and he studied auto body collision repair. If you put him in with a book in front of him and sit him down in a classroom, you're going to lose him. He's not interested in that. So we have to, there's a lot of Brandons in this world. And those are the people that we need to enthusiastically support what they want to do. They want to work with their hands. We need those talents. Our world is going to be very different if we don't encourage and enhance those talents. The mechanics, electricians, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, all those skilled trades. It's a real big part of our future. We need to embrace it. We need to offer every opportunity we can. Our Career Pathways program does that. It gives them an opportunity to say, okay, you have several different opportunities and options in front of you. So we want to encourage our Career Pathways program. And Rob Boyce is doing that in this local area. Our Northeast Regional Career Pathways, we've got 50 business partners. We have 22 labor and economic development groups, 9 community colleges, 3 universities, 3 workforce development boards, and a regional high school. They've already embraced healthcare and advanced manufacturing, but they have also applied for and are seeking agri-science and biotechnology and business support services. They're thinking way outside the box, and that's what we need to do. It's really important that we explore every possible avenue, and if it hasn't been put on the table before, let's put it on the table. Let's think about it. Let's think outside the box. That's how we make a difference. I want to commend Cummins Engines. I knew this consolidated diesel way back in the day. I was there back in the 80s. I was just commenting about that. Their enthusiasm about sponsoring scholarships and things of that nature. And Kehi is responsible in this Japanese company. I have a special place in my heart for a Japanese company, especially that's manufacturing components and automotive parts and engine parts. The summer program that you have put in place for students or for teachers to go and visit companies. We need to get the word out to our teachers and educators and our career counselors that all these options are available. And I can tell you, I did that in Aileen, North Carolina. And it was very important that everybody understands it is not yesterday's manufacturing world. It is advanced manufacturing today. There are great opportunities. Companies often pay education expenses for students and people that engage in learning beyond the high school level. So we need to engage that and work on it together. I'm going to touch for just a second on apprenticeship. I came from a graduation ceremony yesterday. Joe Gibbs Racing, it was part of Apprenticeship 2000. Apprenticeship is a smart investment for a company to make and a smart move for a student to make to engage in apprenticeship. It offers an opportunity to learn while you earn. It's a big deal. And I can tell you apprenticeship is the way to go. A lot of companies have told us it's the way we're addressing the skills gap. It works. We have about 6,000 apprentices across the state right now. We'd love to double that number just because of the impact and the importance that it has. And that in itself is a partnership with our career centers, our community college partners, our business partners, our educators at the high school level. It's a win-win-win situation. I got to tell you, the community also wins. Because these young people that get into an apprenticeship program, they are leaders. And they rise up and they stand out above the crowd. And they go back and they are community leaders in their fire departments, in their churches, in their local communities, and in their governments. We need to encourage apprenticeship for a lot of different reasons. I'll share with you that it's also an investment. Every time a company invests $1 in the apprenticeship program, their return on investment is $1.47. It's pretty good odds. I'll take those odds every day. But that is truly an investment. And what we've also learned about apprenticeship, this is kind of a side note, the mentors that teach these apprentices, they want to leave their legacy with someone. They want these young people to learn their trades. So they're enthusiastic about it. people what they've learned with all their many years of experience. Because they're aging out. I'm one of them. I'm 64 years old. I'm not going to be around forever. I love being able to teach somebody what I've learned through all the years. And I can tell you that there's a lot of people that do that. It's a very good program for a company. The company gets the advantage of teaching those skills as they grow. Last thing I'm going to share with you, two things. One is, my father had a 7th or 8th grade education. He was the oldest of 9 in his family, I was born and raised on a tobacco farm, and he was too. And his father pulled him out of school. He said, boy, you've got to stay home, take care of family, raise a farm. So I sat down with my father. He worked for a telephone company in Rockingham County up in Madison. He worked for a telephone company for 48 years. And my father was quite a character. I could tell you stories all day long about how funny my father was. Everybody loved him, everybody knew him. So I sat down with him about 15, 16 years ago, long before he passed away, about 11 years ago. Sat down with him and I said, Daddy, I said, let me ask you something. I said, me trying to be the good son, I said, is there anything that you think I do, whenever the time comes? He said, what are you talking about? I said, well, you know, Daddy, both of us get kind of all up there. So, I just wanted to see if there's anything you need for me to know or to do whenever the time comes. He said, oh, he said, you mean when I die? He said, yeah. He said, one of these days, I'm going to die. He said, sure as the world, it's going to happen. He said, take it to the bank. He said, one of these days, I'm going to die. And he said, you know something else? You are too. He said, if you're asking me something that you need to know, he said, be nice to me. It don't cost nothing. It don't take no education. He said, you know my story. He said, I was born and raised. And he said, I work hard. And I try to make people laugh. He said, and the one thing he would do every day, he would get up, he would either try to make somebody laugh or try to help somebody. He said, it don't take no education. He said, it don't cost you nothing. He said, it makes people feel good. He said, it might make you feel good too. But my message to you about that is, at the end of the day, it's all about building relationships. It don't take no education. I encourage you to build relationships with each other, with your students, with your young people. Embrace it. Enjoy it, because it's really a lot of fun. I'm excited to be here today. I appreciate the enthusiasm that you have to support all these programs. It's a fun time to be in this business, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Thank you.
Good morning.
I'm Deborah Lamb, president of Edgecombe Community College. Over the years, North Carolina educators and lawmakers have worked together to help students get a jump start on their future careers and academic planning. In 1986, the North Carolina General Assembly established the Huskins program, which enabled high school students in North Carolina to take daytime classes at community colleges. Although the program names have changed over the years, the relationship between the high schools and the community colleges in this state still thrives. Now, all the programs fall under the umbrella of the Career and College Promise program. That's a program which enables qualified high school students to complete associate degrees, diplomas, and certificates. The goal is for students to be workforce ready or classroom ready when they graduate from high school. Edgecombe Community College and the Edgecombe County Public Schools have enjoyed a strong partnership over the years. A special relationship was formed with the Edgecombe Middle College, opened on our Tarboro campus in 2003, followed by the opening of the Edgecombe Early College High School in 2005. The Early College High School's 5-year program is designed for students to enter as ninth graders, and after 5 years, to graduate with a high school diploma and a 2-year college degree. Without question, the early college students are an asset to our campus. They add to our rich and diverse academic environment when they bring their youth, their academic preparation, and their life experience to the college classroom. The partnership between the college and the Edgecombe County Public Schools has evolved to the point that high school students can earn certifications in several fields of study without ever stepping foot on the college campus. For example, students can earn a college certificate in industrial controls while enrolled at Southwest Edgecombe High School. These kinds of collaborations provide a powerful means of enhancing student achievement and cultivating a college-going culture. For students who don't believe they're college-ready, these programs build their self-confidence. In 2015, Edgecombe expanded the Career and Technical Education pathway with its Advanced Manufacturing Program Academy. The Academy was created to help satisfy employers' demands for skilled manufacturing workers in the state. Caitlin Tripp was the Academy's first graduate. She earned 2 electrical system technology certifications while in high school and now is enrolled in the manufacturing program at Edgecombe. But Caitlin's story is not unique. In another example, Edgecombe gives students a head start on careers in healthcare by offering a nursing assistant program at Tarver High School. In the past 2 years, 100% of these high school students enrolled in that program have earned NA certificates along with their high school diplomas. This spring, Tarver High seniors Megan Way, Elizabeth Moreno, and Lindsay Rowe completed the nursing assistant program at the high school. Megan and Lindsay have entered our pre-nursing program at Edgecombe this fall, and Elizabeth is entering the medical assisting program. These high school students represent many groups of students who early on get introduced to careers and make decisions about their career paths so that when they graduate from high school, they're well on their way to a 2-year or 4-year degree. Edgecombe Community College's strong partnership with Edgecombe County Public Schools ensures their students have a seamless pathway from pre-K to grade 14, to the workplace, or to the 4-year college or university. Edgecombe Community College also has a long history of collaborations with local business and industry. After the college opened in 1967, it began developing partnerships with business and industry to create specific training programs for their companies. Over the years, the college has provided customized training for companies such as Superior Essence, Sara Lee Tyson, ABB, QVC, and Nash Building Systems, just to name a few. And in the last 10 years, the college has trained more than 2,500 employees. Training can be as basic as introduction to electronics, building operator certification, or safety compliance, or as complex as Kettner Trio analytical troubleshooting, or Lean Six Sigma. KU Carolina Systems Technology, which is an electronic assemblies manufacturing plant in Tarboro, has been a partner with the college for 20 years. Edgecombe has provided customized training programs over the years for KU, including continuous improvement, surface mount technology, and robotics. In another example, the college has partnered with ABB to offer 4 degree options at the Pine Tops plant, so that employees can take classes before or after their shifts. Currently, employees in this cohort are enrolled in laboratory courses which only now require their presence on campus. Edgecombe combines its mission to serve both students and industries through the Work-Based Learning Program. Work-Based Learning, as you might know, is a program that enables students to hone their career and technical skills while working on a job relevant to their major. This combination of classroom instruction with practical related work experience provides an edge in preparation for employment. Some students may work as many as 4 semesters in part-time or full-time work with employers who are selected by the college. Academic credit is then given for the learning that is gained during that work period. Over the past 2 years, Edgecombe has partnered with more than 40 different companies to offer work-based learning. Companies such as Carl Kessler Restorations, My Sister's House, Edgecombe County DSS, and Farrington Automotive and Collision. Education, training, and experience. These are what community colleges provide. Community colleges provide relevant instruction and experience for students and support local industries through program instruction and customized training. Community colleges are successful in their reach because of the collaborations with the public schools and our local industries. Everyone working together ensures a trained workforce and a productive and profitable economic climate. Community colleges, public schools, and industry, lifetime partners. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm elated to be here this morning. I'm super excited to be the superintendent of Edgecombe County Public Schools. I look forward to our exponential progress that you'll make together in the next few years. We have a great team of central office staff, school principals, assistant principals, teachers, and students. We have 14 schools. We have one alternative program. Those 14 schools are composed of 5 elementary schools, 4 middle schools, 1 global dual language K-8 school, 3 traditional high schools, and 1 early college that's on the campus of Edgecombe Community College. I'm excited and I'm pleased with the work of our principals. They're embarking on important and impactful work that changes the outcomes of students. I'd like to thank the board for putting us together. I absolutely love the theme of us as a team working together to make progress and to make a difference in children's lives. She's been very patient with me as I've transitioned over the last 5 weeks. I also want to thank our Edgecombe students and staff that are here today. Thank you for giving up one of your final days of summer to spend and being here with such wonderful and meaningful events. I have been blessed over my career to be able to be in various positions in education. Those positions have come as a result of education, as a result of teachers and people who believed in me. I always tell people I'm the mother of 2 and the wife of 1. I love professional football and college basketball, and I'm sure all of you were up last night watching the Carolina Panthers. My hobbies include reading, shopping for shoes, and traveling. Not always in that order. But my real passion and joy is for children and helping students to reach their full potential. My mantra is whatever it takes to help students succeed. I believe a successful student is indicative of a successful society. A society hinges on its education system. Literacy, we know, is the foundation of an educated society. Literacy is the ability to read and to write. 1 out of 5 people in the world cannot read or write. This is a sobering statistic that erodes our ability to communicate, and it negatively impacts our social and economic outcomes. This summer, during those same 5 weeks of transition, I had an opportunity to fulfill one of my life dreams, and that was to go on a mission trip. I went on a mission trip, and the trip was to Haiti. And I really thought that in North Carolina I'd seen poverty, and I understood poverty, whether it was in Piedmont or in Wake County or in Edgecombe County. But Haiti's poverty is different. That's abject poverty. So the opportunities that we are not able to have because of lack of education, it just erodes our society. It affects your health care, it affects your housing, it affects choices and opportunities that you can make. And when you're in poverty, even though you know there are choices that you should make, you can't afford to make those positive choices. So just that experience in Haiti really humbled me, and this brought me back to superintendency and for a desire to make sure that we don't have our students experience that. So what are the impacts of a student not being able to read? And if we agree that reading is fundamental and that it's a basic need for our students and for our community, I want to read you just a quick excerpt, and the title of it is 8 Years from Today, when the uneducated become the unemployed. Right now, or in a few weeks, a student is quietly sitting in the back of his classroom, struggling to read. He is not a disruption, but his ability to think critically, complete simple math equations, and formulate sentences are well below grade level. He is part of 35% of students who, according to the National Assessment of Education Progress, are not proficient in math, reading, or science. He attends school in one of the 94% of all U.S. schools districts that have average math achievement report below 67th percentile relative to their international competitors. By the time he reaches 9th grade, he will have a little over a coin flip's chance of graduating within 4 years. If he's lucky enough to reach the 12th grade before becoming one of 30% of minority students who drop out of high school. He's joining over 1 million students who've already dropped out. If this child were to beat the odds and overcome the destiny of demographics, which of course we hope he does, is often played by public education, and attend college, he has an uphill battle. For example, only 50% of Pell Grant recipients graduate from college with a bachelor's degree in 6 years. Only 50% of Hispanic and 39% of African American students graduate college within 6 years. So this child who innocently sits in the chair struggling to read may not understand the ramifications of his lack of education and his inability to read. But 6 years from now, his life prospects will be significantly lower than those of more educated peers. What's more is that the child represents millions of students who receive a poor quality education, who will drop out of school or be unprepared for further education. 6 years from now, these children will not be labeled the jobless. They will be called the skillless. This article is entitled 8 Years from Today, when the uneducated become the unemployed. This is from George Bush Institute, and it was written in 2012. So 8 years from 2012 is 2020. We are ushering in the 2017-18 school year. So count with me. 2017-18, 2018-19, 2019-20. So 3 years. So we are in Edgecombe and Nash. We're very fortunate that we have partners who understand the dire needs of our students and are willing and ready to help us change the odds for our children and their future. Some of our partners, and this is not an exhaustive list, so if I leave someone out, please tell them that I added them in. Okay? And our STEP collaboration between Edgecombe and Nash. We've continued to work together, and I know that we'll continue to do great things in the future. Downey's Partnership with Children, VIF International, Lauren Hill Company, Vidant, Teach for America, North Carolina Leadership Academy for NC State University, East Carolina University, Department of Public Instruction, the Wallace Foundation, Edgecombe Community College, Public Impact, New Leaders, the Public School Forum, Hill Center, OIC, Kanina Family Life Center, Peacemakers, the Health Department, Edgecombe County Sheriff Department, Department of Social Services, Z. Smith, Bell Foundation, KB Reynolds, Harbor Police Department, Lowe's, our county commissioners, KP, and the list continues and goes on and increases daily. We have a plethora of internships that are rolling daily due to the hard work of our CTE staff, and we're very appreciative. Each of these partners understands that the support today has a colossal impact on the lives of our students in 8 years, in 10 years, and the lives of their future children and relatives. We have some awesome programs underway in Edgecombe County Public Schools that enhance student learning and open opportunities and pathways to success. I'll share three quick highlights at our traditional high schools. and then I will gladly take my seat. So at Southwest Edgecombe High School, Mr. Frank Matthews, and he couldn't be with us today, his electronics class allows students to complete a career cluster in electrical technology, which also allows them to participate in advanced manufacturing program. In this field of study, students are able to earn 2 certificates at Edgecombe Community College. They have an electrical systems technology, industrial controls, and electrical systems technology advanced manufacturing program. We're very proud of our students' success in this program. At Tarver High School, the Nurse Aid Certificate program is offered. This allows students to receive 4 credits towards high school graduation and 14 college credits. Upon successful completion, this program allows students to graduate with work-ready skills and credentials, and provides them with college-level credits while still in high school. They also receive a certificate from Edgecombe Community College. These students leave high school ready for work, community college, or 4 years of college. Over the past 2 years, we've had a 100% passing rate for our students. So again, very proud of our students. At North Edgecombe High School, we're starting the electronics program this school year, which will lead to the same certification that is offered at Southwest Edgecombe High School. We continue, I can tell you many, many more stories and things that are going on in our high schools and the plans that we have. But we are extremely proud of our children, we're proud of our staff, parents, and community partners. We know that when our community is one, when we work together for the support of our students, that we're investing in our children and we're investing in their future. So I want to thank you this morning for giving us an opportunity to highlight our partners, our programs, and our people. Thank you so much for Edgecombe County Public.
Good morning, I'm Bill Carver, President of Nash Community College, and I've heard the term partners used a great deal this morning, and Ms. Superintendent, I looked at that list, and it's over 260 partners that work with Nash Community College. So I'm not going to read that list this morning, but Mr. Collins, I can't help but we got something in common. One, like a lot of people in this room, we probably have an agricultural background and tobacco, and we have a lot of cows and things like that. But tell a little personal story here this morning that I also worked for Burlington Industries, which was a proud company, a North Carolina company. I think it was over 60 plants, maybe 70,000 employees. And I was proud to get that job. I remember going to at NC State when I went to college, and they recruited out of the Ag and Life Sciences Department. Yes, I was an ag economics. And went down to Rayford, North Carolina to work in the menswear division. And they said that they made investments in their employees. That's where I learned a lot of things. I was a Quality Circle Institute leader. Also went through their Management Development Institute and other things. And they made investments in their employees. But what happened was that investment went away because the company went away. It's no longer the company that we knew once upon a time. So I decided to go back to school. That's why the table over here from Nash Community College, that's how I got here, is that I decided to go back to school, make an investment in myself, took some classes at NC State, and then came to later to Nash Community College, and I'm glad I did. Sounds like your father was a character mine was too, and when I told my father I was changing my career path, he said, well, that's good, you're going to go to graduate school, okay, he saw the value of that. I was the product of 2 grandmothers who worked in the Durham school system. And so you always had to use proper grammar and English when we were there visiting with them. And so he said, I finished my grad work, and he goes, that's great. I said, well, I think I'm going to continue on, Dad. And so finally, he was getting a little older. The end was coming. And he looked up at me when I said, Dad, I finally wrote that paper and changed my business card that got some different initials at the end of my name. What was that you were working on? Get my doctorate, Dad. He said, well, that just makes you an overeducated fool. Here I am today, admitting that as we make investments. But with the partners that we have, there's one of the partners right there. He's mad at me because I jumped in front of Michael. But we talk to our partners, and we have partners. We have funding partners. And I see in the back of the room, our funding partners with the county commissioners. I fuss at them some, but it's kind of like cousins. You know how when you get family together, you fuss a little bit, and the next thing you know, it all works out. So my funding partners are back there, and I know that Senator Horner's here somewhere. And you can't hide, Senator Horner. Where are you? Did you leave already? Knew I was getting ready to go to the podium and he left. We had to fuss at Jones Street a little bit because, yes, we don't run county lines, but it seems like that county line is kind of thick when you start heading east. You know, we get past Wake County, and all of a sudden the funding starts to fade a little bit, and the investments that we have start to dwindle. And I just want to remind those funders on Jones Street that we need them. But let's talk about what we're going to do locally. We have great job opportunities here. Pam, again, congratulations on this crowd. John, thank you for coming and making this possible that we pull together regionally to talk about why it's important to work in the region, and trusting the educational professionals to come up today and tell you our story a little bit. Talk about the programmatic solutions that we want to have in the community college system through partnerships, apprenticeships. I've challenged the Nash team, and I see them back there. You can raise your hand, guys, and say who you are. I've challenged them to think about, Mr. Collins, in terms of economic sectors. Yes, advanced manufacturing like Cummins, Pfizer, Honeywell. Even if we go a little further, we're talking about regionalism, down 301, Firestone, the pharma solutions that we've already put in place. There was no clean room in this meeting. We wanted, I heard you sending employees to Maryland and Raleigh and other places. Let's build a clean room. We made it happen with some of our partners like Golden Leaf that gave us some funding. So we have that now. So at least, I know there's probably fancier clean room somewhere, but we like what we have here, and we know that we're keeping people local in that room. Economic sector, logistics, trucking, how we're going to move these products. I know you have several trucks rolling in and out of Cummins, John, several out of Pfizer, several out of some of the other manufacturers. Healthcare, food preparation. We were talking in a meeting yesterday with, I have to say, the most important partner that Nash Community College has is our school system, Nash Rock County School System. We are proud to have the 24 pathways that we have established with. He could only say somewhere above 20 because we were adding as he was making that film. And that was a month ago. We've added 2 or 3 since we went to that studio. The initiative, the strong incentives, innovative and strategic partners that we have in this room. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to brag about what we have in this region. We need to brag on our partners. It is not all bad. And then we have the food science that goes on in this community. That's what I was challenging. Let's talk about that. It's just as important, it's as demanding as the FDA, food and drug. It is demanding. The welding that goes on, high caliber welding at Edwards in fabrication, stainless steel. I know for a fact, Mr. Superintendent, that 4 of our Edwards graduates of our welding program that got the associate degree, they just didn't take courses. I tell students all the time, I don't want you to attend Nash Community College. Is that crazy language? No, I don't want you to attend Nash Community College. I want you to graduate from Nash Community College. I don't want you to take a couple of courses and then think you're ready for the workforce. I want you to complete a program of study that you started in high school and you come in and it seamlessly goes on so that you're ready for the workforce, as we saw the example that was up on the screen. Food preparation with cheesecake, Poppies, American Natural Foods. I know some of those companies are in the room. We have an example on the screen today. We have another example of a high school graduate that did choose Nash Community College. Stand up, Adam. We got 22 hours of credit heading into Nash Community College. Thank you, Adam. I know his mother's proud of him, but she made sure that he did his homework, I'm sure. You saw an example of 3D printing in the back of the room. And yes, there's one 3D printer. I think maybe we have 5 or 6 on campus. 3D. I wanted that example here today because I was reading an article about Duke University's 3D printing lab. You know, they had a 7-year campaign at Duke University to raise some money. They only raised $3.8 billion. But they had this 3D printing lab. Isn't that nice? And I think it may have been in Business Magazine. Isn't that nice? They got a 3D printing lab. Had 50 3D printers in that lab. Look, $3.8 billion. That's all you could buy? Nash Community College, our budget was $20 million, and we got 5 or 6, so we got 10% of what you have in all your resources. So I'm proud of every one of our 3D printers. And I assure you that we let college freshmen use our 3D printers. Because that's all we do the first 2 years. I assure you we let people that want meaningful careers at our industries use the 3D printer. I'm not so sure that college freshmen touch a 3D printer at Duke University. What do you think? I know what I got to touch at NC State when I was not much. And I had the GAs and whatever, the lab technicians. I didn't see many full professors until I got into my junior and senior year. And the stuff that they had was reserved for their very best grad students. So we let students touch the stuff at community colleges. I worry about the investments, though, because we have to have investments in technology. That's what you need to tell the people on Jones Street. So I'm doing a little bit of a political thing here, Mr. Superintendent. I hope that you can close it nicely. But I will. We have this running debate of who's going to go first. And I will also challenge you, Mr. Collins, to look at the Brookings Institute report and why those investments are important, Mark, John, and others that are in the room with manufacturing. Because the federal dollars that go to do STEM, half of the federal dollars go to research clusters, and the other hidden STEM economy is the title of the report. It's been around a while. The hidden STEM economy is what we're doing here, is the touching the stuff, the minds and hands that serve Cummins, the minds and hands that serve Pfizer, that make it possible. I'm old too, Mr. Collins. One of my first jobs was that teaching on second shift in the business department out of Pfizer. We didn't have online classes. They sent the instructor out. They did night classes. And, I was looking at the table earlier and I said, "Oh, business math. I taught that once upon a time. I don't think they'll let you do it anymore, but I remember it being a good class." We have a lot of good classes here in the community college system, Edgecote and Nash Community College. We have them, and we have them here. Not necessarily in the Piedmont, where they think that's the only place that advanced manufacturing can happen. I'm here to tell you it happens in this region, and it happens at a high level. You don't make 600 diesel engines a day, and it's probably more than that. You don't make pharmaceuticals without high-level people. Now, I'm going to end by telling you we're adding a program. We're adding the associate in engineering. We've always had a great relationship with NC State where they can transfer. But now we are here to tell you we will grow local engineers through the associate engineering program. Politically, it started when I was vice president of this conversation. And here we are, over 15 years later, finally being able to add this program, the associate engineering, so that as students, we can grow engineers locally. Locally, I heard all my career, we need more engineers. Well, we're here today to tell you we're going to do it. We're going to do it with our partner, the school system, because community is our middle name. Community is people. I promise I'm going to end. I don't know how much time I had. I think I told her I have 20 minutes. She said no. But I had a dream. Literally last night I had a dream about this meeting, and I was fussing at the superintendent. It wasn't you. It was a dream. I was somewhere else. So you can have dreams for it. I've never fussed at you. It's ridiculous. But we have to get the math right in order to do this. And Miss Pitt were in the room, and she heads up our math department. And I tell her, can we get the math right so we can do this? It's not the calculus that I took when I was getting my economics degree. She told me that was another kind of calculus. We're doing engineering calculus over here. And I asked her, I said, can we get the math right? And she said, and the phrase that she uses a lot is, we got this. Do not worry. But we have people looking over our shoulder. They think community colleges can't do high-level math. I'm here to tell you, we can do high-level math. We have the talent in Eastern North Carolina to do anything we want to do. Anything we want to do. Right, Adam? Do you think this is second choice? This is first choice, right? We can do anything, and we can put young people in place to do anything we want to do. And we can put our minds to it. And I can tell you, community college, sometimes we feel a little unappreciated, but we can do anything to support the economic sectors that I talk about and our partners. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. One of my least favorite things to do is follow Dr. Carver on the microphone. And with the 1 minute I have left, I will address a few things briefly. First and foremost, I bid you greetings on behalf of the board of Nash Rocky Mountain Public Schools. That my board members would please stand. Thank you for your service. Unlike Dr. Carver, I lack the gravitas to fuss with my funders. We have a footprint in both Edgecombe and Nash Community College, so I bid greetings to our county commissioners, both Edgecombe and Nash. I appreciate y'all. I don't fuss. Greetings to all of the leaders of industry, the faith community, business, our current partners, and our future partners. When I look out at this audience, I'm struck by the tapestry of our region. You all are what drew me here. I'm a native of New Jersey, northern New Jersey, about 10 minutes outside of New York City. I'm a public of urban public schools. And I'm a proud product of urban public schools. We've talked about some of the challenges that our region confronts. If you look at chronic absenteeism, if you look at some of the indices related with challenges and access to quality health care, some of the parts of our region have been designated as food deserts. Despite all of those challenges, what you all represent to me, what drew me to this community, is the power of potential. The potential of our region is enormous. And potential is a very frightening word, as well as an exhilarating word. It's frightening because there's no more devastating event than unrealized potential. But then what keeps me exhilarated is the potential to realize our potential as a region. When I look out at this audience, many of you are already actively engaged. You are already assisting my colleagues and I. And I want to thank Mr. Judd and Ms. Gould for your leadership. I want to thank Dr. Lamb, Dr. Bridges, and I especially want to thank Dr. Carver. One of my high school coaches told me as a freshman, listen, son, if you're going to make it here, you better attach yourself to a racket in these advanced courses that you're taking. He meant an accelerated student when to set the pace for the rest of the class. I've been blessed to use Dr. Carver as my racket professionally. When he says community is his middle name, he means it. He walks the walk. And I feel so blessed to be a partner with him. This represents an opportunity for us to focus on a couple of areas. I love alliteration. So collaboration, calibration, and commitment. In collaboration, what you see represented on the stage could easily be adversaries. There are situations where we have to compete for funding, we have to compete for students, but we refuse to fall into that trap. We instead embrace collaboration because in a regional perspective, if one succeeds, we all succeed. If one succeeds, we all succeed. I bear no grudges to any educational institution that's touching the lives of children. I wish them nothing but success. Because for every student that we impart remarkable skills, we lift the region. If you believe that the best form of economic development is a first-class educational system, let me hear you say amen. Amen. Have church of it. Collaboration is the key. Calibration. We opened this event by talking about 5 years ago we had a similar event where you provided us some quality data. We've committed in the reconstitution of STEP to increase the frequency with which we talk to our key partners, key stakeholders, to find out how can we best serve you. Because in that element of calibration, we better serve our students. Commitment. Despite the significant challenges that we face as a region, and I want you to know, none of us are frightened by those challenges. As I shared, I'm a product of an urban environment. I'm what you might identify as a scrapper. A scrapper is someone that things just never come easy to them, but they always, always persist. If you get a chance, bet on the scrapper. Because when things get tough, they get calm, they get comfortable, and they produce. It's home for me. The challenges that we confront are nothing. They are a temporary circumstance. Because of the power of potential adorned in this room today, I know that we're not only going to succeed, we're going to excel. Commitment means understanding the challenges and doing the hard work anyway. If we could visually put a marker in the timeline of our region, starting with today, and think about the potential of our region, and then commit to taking daily actions to align us on a trajectory to hit that potential, does it give you a pretty good mark of what you need to do on a daily basis, how you need to contribute, how you need to calibrate, how you need to collaborate? That's what today represents. It's that marker in the timeline of our region. Thank you so much for your commitment to be here at the beginning of the conversation. I would be remiss without talking about the offerings of Nash Rocky Mountain Public Schools. As it relates to our CTE, our Career and Technical Education programs, we have 24 pathways. Represented are 3,500 middle school students, 6,700 high school students that are excelling. The graduation rate for our students engaged in CTE is 98%. 93.7% of those students go on to post-secondary work. They understand the importance of continuing to cultivate themselves. Among those programs of study are agriculture, business, finance, and information technology, career development. Some of our academies represented at Southern Nash High School, the Agri-Science Academy. Northern Nash and in partnership with Nash Community College offer a Cisco Academy. Rocky Mountain High School offers a Fire Academy. Health and Science Academy is offered at all of our schools. This work could not take root without following partners. So if you will give me the grace of mentioning some key contributors to our success. Cummings Engine Plant, Nash Community College, Alston Orthodontics, Bodie Noel, Brian McIntyre Farm, Central East Ag Supply, Down East Off-Road, Dr. Frank Courts, DDS, Edwards Egg, Hicks Animal Clinic, Kelly Salon, Medlin Brothers, Riverside Vendor, Rocky Mountain Electric Motor, Southeast Fabricators, Sunshine Landscaping, Universal Leap. These partners afford us the opportunities to give internships to all of our students. They also offer tours, serve as guest speakers in our CTE program. In closing, I want to again thank you for your commitment to joining us in this ongoing conversation and dialogue. It is a beautiful tapestry that you represent for our region. Please remember, potential is a double-edged sword. If we don't take intentional acts on a daily basis to reach that potential, we are wasting our time. Thank you so much.
So, Dr. Jeffries, as I mentioned, 5 weeks as superintendent. So I believe in do-overs, and I have 5 years that I'd like to be the superintendent of education school. So I will ask our board chair, Ms. Wilson, to stand. I'll ask Dr. Young, and Ms. O'Leary.
I don't know if I can follow this group or not. Hey, good morning and welcome. If you are part of education, would you just stand up, please? Educators, stand up. Thank you. Now, if you're part of business, stand up. Everybody else stands up. If you're a business partner, please stand up. Thank you. I don't know if I can follow you, Dr. Jeffries, but I'm going to do the best I can. I'm John Judd. I'm the plant manager at Cummins Engine Company, RMUP. I'm also the board chair for STEP. And what an honor, a humbling honor, to lead such an organization as STEP as board chair. You know, it's very historic to have both counties. When I have these 4 educators in the same room, I get goosebumps. Because it's through STEP that we're able to do that. You know, for years, and I've been at Cummins for 29 years. And a lot of you that are familiar with Cummins, you would say, well, the plant managers, they come in, they go out. I've been there 29 years. I'm a graduate of Southern Nash Senior High. Yeah. I go right down the street and there's Marty Haley. He's a graduate of Southern Nash Senior High. We graduated together. So when I look at Marty, give Marty a hand, please. So when I'm going down 301, I look at Marty's facility or he'll look at mine and I'm thinking that's 5,000 employees. 5,000 if you look at both of us combined. And then I look at education and I look at the challenges it takes to bring talent into our facilities. And one of the reasons I made personal phone calls to business partners, I'm going to say it like this, it's time. It's time for business to step up. It's time for business to engage with education so we can stop going across the country to try to get talent into this area. It is time for our region to step up. We've got some of the smartest and brightest kids right here, yet we'll put postings out and go to Ohio, we'll go to Michigan, we go to all these other places to get these money. Now, I just said that there's many of you in the room that probably say, oh man, he's talking about me. No, once you're here, you're part of us. You know, what I did tell you is I grew up in western New York in Jamestown. I was a dairy farmer. So there must be this trend today about farming. And I moved here as a rising junior, and Southern Nash Senior High just embraced me. And that's what this community does. It embraces you. And we're proud of it. And one of the things I want you to do as you walk out of here today is don't leave the room until you have talked to an educator. There are students, let me tell you something. They are preparing students that are ready to work. I don't even have enough jobs for them to work. That's where you come in. If you have jobs, you need to call the community colleges now. We say this right now. We'll go to the hospital and we'll start tagging babies as they're born. And what we do is we're watching them in the 5th grade, the 6th grade. We're tapping onto them. We're bringing them to the facility. We're putting Cummins in their head. We're giving them T-shirts. We're giving them hats. And most of you are like, I'm sick of hearing about Cummins. But that's what we're doing. We're imprinting our C on their chest as they walk through our facility. That's what you have to do. You have to grab these young folks in the 5th and the 6th grade where they're making decisions. They're making decisions. What do they want to do? I'm telling you, I have people. I got Phil Pinto. Stand up, Phil. Phil, stand up. This guy single-handedly will go out to high schools and middle schools, and he's one of the top maintenance personnel at our facility. And he's a technician. And I ain't going to tell you how much he makes because he'll run the rest of you out of the room. But he invested in his life. He's invested in Nash community. He invested, he's going to East Carolina. He's doing it. And what did we do 20-some years ago? We tapped into Phil. And what have we done is we've sent him out in the community and said, go multiply. That's what you have to do. Don't walk out of here today. If you just said, that was great, I'm gone, I'm telling you, there's people in this community ready to work. They're good people. You've got to tap into them. Hey, here's the other thing. Tell the educators, hey, this skill, I can't get this skill in my area. Guess what they'll do? In a matter of 30 to 60 days, they'll come back to you with, here's a curriculum. Give me students. I'll train your folks for you. Do it. What's stopping you? So in closing, I'm giving strict instructions. I've got a sheet. I'm going to put my glasses on to show you my age. But at this time, we would like for everybody to participate in a short table discussion. Each table has a facilitator that will lead the conversation. Your tables are numbered, so look at your table. There's a number. Each of you have a number on your name tag. So look at your little number on your tag. If you need to move to a designated table, we're going to do that when I tell you. And then Pam will give closing comments. But with that, I want to say this to you. I'm excited you're here. I'm excited to lead such a wonderful organization. I'm excited Pam Gould has re-energized STEP. I want you to take this pamphlet today. I want you to go out in the community and multiply. I want you to tell people what STEP is, who STEP is, and that education and business are partnering up, and we're taking back our community, we're taking back our region. Thank you.
And I do hope you've had some great conversation. And it can continue as long as you'd like. I mean, really. But I just want to say, and there's so much I could say too, but I think a lot's already been said, and the stage has been set just great. But having great teachers and great career paths and great collaborations between our schools and community colleges is not enough. Real experience is so important to our students, as you're probably hearing at your tables right now. Exposure to companies, to logos. I think about when I walk in the halls of Edgecombe Early College High School. Yeah, they have the college banners, but between every banner is a company logo. From this region. To do what? Put that C in their head, right? Or that K. Or that V. They need to know about the services, careers in our twin counties, and it needs to occur at every level of our schools. I also hope you've had time to look at the commitment cards that are on your table. If not, by all means, pass those around. And back to our goal of the power of one. If you'll consider to do at least one thing, STEP's Workforce Readiness Coalition wants to provide some support for those that are willing to consider job shadowing, student apprentice interns. And we're doing a follow-up activity. We're offering a free Best Practices Seminar in October 4th. We wanted to offer a follow-up activity that would provide additional information and support. We'll have a panel of employers who have had apprentices, and they're going to share benefits, some of the do's and don'ts, along with addressing typical concerns of having students in their place of business. School representatives will discuss the basics of just getting started and logistical issues. It's an informational session October 4th. No obligation. Just if you're interested, we'd love to have you come and listen. You might think that students wouldn't be interested in your place of employment, but let us be the judge. Just check that you're interested, and we'll send you some information as it gets closer to October. Another exciting opportunity, the Twin County area was selected to host a regional community engagement session for NC State's Institution of Emerging Issues, where we will take a deep look into the value of investing in early childhood education, along with the new data projections that will show the potential monetary return for each county from sustained investments in early childhood. And you've heard that message today, how important it is to start early. The session will also serve as a listening session that will feed the fall discussions with leaders from our General Assembly, the Governor's Office, the business community, local elected officials, and leading early childhood organizations. Thanks to Donnie Charleston, I know he's in the room, up right back there, from the Institute of Emerging Issues. He's here today, and I thank you for being here. So these two events, along with others, as you can see on the back of your program, all year long, find something to do. I want to say thank you. Thank you for your attendance. Everybody's been joking on me because 3 weeks ago, I felt like a 16-year-old who was having a sweet 16 birthday party and nobody was coming to eat the pizza. We were sold tickets. But we wait till the last minute. That's okay. This is great. So thank you for showing up at my sweet 16 birthday party. We had eggs instead of pizza. So I need to thank a few people. I already have thank our group here. This has been a collaborative effort, and that is what STEP's all about. Contrary to popular belief, we get along, we love each other, and we work well together. So Nash Central, their ensemble, our servers today came from Tarver High School. Once again, they're not in school, they're teachers, they came to help serve. My summit planning committees, please stand. Thank you, thank you. Where are you? Well, most of you are standing because you've been working. Our Workforce Readiness Coalition, please stand. Another important group here. And you're standing too because you've been working. Last but not least, my board of directors, our STEP board of directors. If you're in here, would you please stand? Thank you. I see Chris Miller. Thank you for your hard work and your support. Once again, as I said, this has been a collaborative effort, and I hope you can see that. Thanks to Nash Community College for hosting this year. Midway Cafe for taking care of our food. And thank you to all of our table facilitators. And thank you for sharing your experiences. Before you leave, please place your commitment cards in the white envelope on the table. And go out and make it a great day. Thank you.